Hello, hello, hello. I am here with my new baby. There is my new baby. Yes, there is my new baby. He is next to me here. Yes, he is a gorgeous, gorgeous God level soul. That is what he is. And he is incredible. I'm making a video. Talk later. Yes. That's my gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Look at that face. Look at that amazing, amazing face. Look at that. That amazing face. Look at that amazing face. Oh my goodness. Look at that amazing face. Yes. Look at that amazing, amazing dog. Look at that amazing dog. Oh my god. Oh my god. He has wide cheeks. Yeah. Wide head. This head is not gonna fit through those chain links. That is a big, big face. Is that he is? Yeah, he is gorgeous. That is what he is. He is good. He is gorgeous. He is my everything. Yes. We already slept 2 nights together. And what I do is I go into Paul's bed and he's between us, and he will stretch out real long between Paul and me, and he wants me to be in the bed. So it's a queen size bed. We have a camp cot in front of it, which we used for the papa to step on the camp cot and then on the other bed. So, and the papa couldn't even step on the camp cot. I had to help him up because papa was short. But he is so athletic. He has I don't know, at least twice as long legs as the papa had. And he can jump, he just steps on that camp cot. Very, very like you step on a step. And so he can climb or jump on everything, and I don't have to help him up. He just hops on this couch here very easily. He can sprint like a deer, okay, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, he sprints where he's all the way in the air. And then he looks like a deer, if you ever watch deer, they sprint and then they fly through the air. That's what he does. He does that. That is so incredible. He is so strong. He's full of muscles. I've never seen so many muscles before. And any dog, so naturally muscular, incredible dog. Oh my god. And that lovely, lovely angel soul, Jennifer, she went all the way down there to I think Central California to rescue him. He was on death row. Can you imagine this innocent being? And he was so sad, she said. And she saw him and she had to rescue him from the death row and bailed him out and brought him up to the north. And then I guess she had him for 2 months or something. And then we come in there. I didn't even expect to bring a dog home. We just wanted to see the dogs because, we love dogs, want to see the dogs. And then another angel soul, a volunteer, came in to the waiting room with him on the collar, and I was like, oh my gosh. I knew it. I said, this is my man. Okay. And I told everyone in there, this is my man. Okay. Paul argued first with me. He wanted the female, but I said we can get both of them, but let's get him for sure. We have to get him. That's absolutely hugely important to get him. You know, that's the most important thing there is. To get this amazing God level, incredible dog. Full of muscles, natural muscles. He didn't even work out. Naturally, like packed, like a big guy who works out every day, who lifts weights. That's what he looks like. Incredibly strong. And then we took him to the ocean, and he probably has never seen the ocean before, and he got so excited about the ocean. That was so exciting. And then after the ocean, on the way back home, we stopped at the elk herd. There's a large elk herd, and there were 3 elks by the road, and we stopped there. I took him out there. I had him on the chest harness, which is very, very important. I highly emphasize this, and highly recommend I urge people to put a chest harness on the dogs, not a neck collar. Okay? No neck collars at all. Okay, none. And you hook the carabiner of the leash onto this here. Okay. And then when the dogs pull, they don't choke themselves. Okay, so, and make sure you get a dog who is a match to your own to your own physical capabilities, because we had an albino Great Dane before, and that was not a match with Paul. He pulled Paul down into the dust. One time at the harbor, he pulled him into those puddles there with mud and gravel, and he saw another dog. He just charged off, and he basically pulled Paul like a sled behind for, like, I don't know, 30 feet. And I saw that, my God, I was shocked. But I have to admit, later on, when I told people about what happened, I had to snicker. That made Paul real mad. And then Kenny pulled Paul down into potholes and mud many more times. Okay. And then Paul didn't listen to me. He used the shock collar, which I am completely opposed to. Okay, I will not allow Paul to use the shock collar ever again. Okay, that's a real long story, what happened to our former dogs, Ludwig and Samantha. Maybe I should bring it up, because I think this is very, very important that I bring this up. Well, this coincided with Ludwig and Samantha. It was in 2003, and there was a mysterious dog illness that was caused by dog food that contained prion proteins, and these prion proteins, but it was covered up, and they didn't talk very much about this on the news at all. So they talked about it for like a minute, and then they brought something else up. They didn't want people really to check into this and research this, but I researched it, And a friend of ours from across the street told me that his friend's dog just down the street from there had the same dog illness, where they would get internal shocks, And our dogs, who were trained by Paul with shock collars, they thought they were being shocked, and they were not. That they had these like mini strokes from this prion protein, which is very, very similar. It's a relative of the mad cow disease, which was also going around at that time, but they tried to cover that up about the dog. I called veterinarians. They acted really suspicious. These people, really funny. They acted like very secretive. And I thought, what's going on? I even called a coroner in LA, and that lady was really secretive. She didn't want to talk to me at all when I asked her about that mad cow disease, called spongiform encephalitis. And I don't know if it even is a different form of prion protein in the other animals. I think it's exactly the same thing. That's what I assume. I think it is the same prion protein that the veterinarian denied could get into other animals other than cows. So, but then I researched it on the internet, and they said absolutely it does affect other species, including humans. That's why, they had to. That's why there was like, they had to, I guess they incinerated a whole lot of cow carcasses. They didn't, they were not allowed to put that into the rendering plant or something to make meat or dog food. Or I guess they may have used them for dog food. I don't know, but they were not allowed to make those into any kind of food products. For at least they weren't allowed to make this into human consumption food products. So that's how serious this was. So obviously it affected the human brain, it affected dog brains, but the dog food industry is so large that I think they basically paid their way through. That's what I think. They bribed their way through into the media. They paid them large sums of money to not make like a large report on this, never mention dog food, And I just put all of these dots together because all of that information that I learned from the internet, on different things, biology. That's why it's important to be informed about biology and different things, so that when you're researching something, that you already have a specific framework of information in mind that you're then trying to verify or at least research and see what other people say about it. Hear different opinions on it and then come to your own conclusions. So that's what I think is very, very important to do. I'm going to put this thing here under the computer to make it more comfortable. Yes, we want to show the dog. That is the most important thing in this video. Yes, this is my new god. Yes, he is a god level. Yes, and we want to be very careful, in regards to dog food. So that's also like PETA, for example, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. They have on their website, they have entire lists of dog food manufacturers. They have two lists. One is the good dog food manufacturer list, and the other one is the one that has a red bar crust. Okay, better look it up. Look it up yourself. IAMS is like the the highest on the red bar crust list. Okay, so absolutely no to IAMS, because, and then there was another brand, the Canadian brand, that also, I don't like the word brand, another company that were doing these real cruel metabolic tests on laboratory test animal dogs and cats. Really cruel, horrific what's going on. That's just another whole hour of talking about it. So, but that's why, the reason why I'm against the shock collars is because our former dogs Ludwig and Samantha, they thought they were being shocked when this was actually, they had these spongiform encephalitis sort of strokes, that felt like, they felt like internal shocks. They felt like they were being shocked from the shock collar. So that's that. For me, that was really an eye opener. Complete. I was always against it, but Paul insisted on the shock collar. But that was for me really. That was really the defining moment for me when I saw how this internal spongiform, the prion protein, when that caused these internal shocks or seizures, and the dogs thought they were being shocked, and whatever they were doing, they would instantly stop doing it. It went so far that they stopped drinking water because for several days, because they were getting constantly these shocks, and they thought they were being shocked for drinking water. It was so incredibly bad. It was such a nightmare that we had to experience something like this. It was absolutely horrific, and Ludwig was already old. He already had hip problems, and after that illness, but that illness went away through a holistic method that I applied. But Ludwig was old, and his hip was suffered, and much more because of that illness. And then after that illness, it caused some long-term neurological damage caused by the prion protein and the horrific chain of rendering plants and sick animals being rendered into dog food, and like an endless chain of sick carcasses being rendered into dog food, and naturally at some point something terrible comes out of that, right? We have a microcosmos of biology. People seem to not understand these kind of things. They take everything for granted. So that's why I bring this up in my videos, because I think this is absolutely vitally important that I bring this up. People need to know about this. Nobody else talks about it on the news. You wouldn't hear this on CNN, okay? Because they're corporate bought, okay? Most of those news corporations are completely on the side of the corporate agenda. They're part of the corporate agenda. So yes, you are my everything. So I think that's important that I brought this up, and I'm really careful now about dog food, like commercial dog food in general. We got some that, like the Honest Kitchen, we got that, and there's some other ones that are not great, but they weren't on the bad dog food list. So, but in general, it would be much better to cook rice. You have to wash the rice, because rice contains arsenic, from pollution. The whole planet is polluted. So you have to wash the rice, and then you have to pour the rice into a pot. You have to pour. This is what Paul does. He strains out the water. He will pour the rice through some kind of strainer pot, and then the rice is still in there, but the bad water has been flushed out, and then he adds new water to it, and then he cooks the rice. So that eliminates, like, I think they said, like 80% of the arsenic. So that's really important information right there also. So, and then he always made the Papa Dog rice, and he had a whole bunch of hot dogs, which are not healthy, of course, but he cut them into small pieces in order to flavor the rice, and he put those mixed into the rice, and then he put some olive oil or maybe butter into the rice, mixed that, and Papa absolutely loved it. Papa was addicted to it. So we're gonna have to do this again for him. It's kind of hard here at this house here, because the kitchen is not very large at this house, but at the other house he can do much more with those kind of things, cooking a bunch of stuff there on a really large stove, and rice, and also put some vegetables into the rice, and then give that to the dog. And then also I put half a teaspoon of kelp seaweed powder in it. Kelp seaweed powder, I use the one from Star West Botanicals, and I put 1 large teaspoon of diatomaceous earth into the dog food, and I mix it up, and so that keeps them clear from any kind of parasites, and even fungus, and even microscopic stuff. So that just gets rid of mites also, like if we put that on your bed. I mean, that's powerful stuff, diatomaceous earth. That's really like a panacea almost. And then the kelp seaweed powder keeps the teeth completely clean. I take that every day diligently, okay? This is so dramatic that I just have a whole bunch of amazing stories to tell about that stuff. When we first applied that for Kenny was so terrified of teeth cleaning, our Great Dane. And we didn't want the vet to do that to him and traumatize him with that. We just could not do it. And the vet was kind of mad at us because Kenny had like sedimentation on the teeth, and we didn't know what to do. So then Paul finds out from the holistic veterinarian, Dr. Andrew Jones. He is on YouTube. Look him up. His channel is called Veterinary Secrets. An amazing guy. He wrote many books. You can please buy his books, support his work. And he talked about the kelp seaweed, what it does for the enamel. It completely cleans the enamel. And not only that, when I applied that on my own teeth, first of all, Kenny's teeth got sparkling clean just from the kelp seaweed. And he was even able to chew on the cow bones again. That was really something. He couldn't even chew on the cow bones. His teeth were hurting. So that poor Kenny, we didn't know about any of these things before. He was already like, I don't know, 7 or 8 when we found out about all of this. But then we applied it, and his teeth got all sparkling clean, and he was able to chew, and he didn't have pain anymore. And then I applied it, and I had just before that, I was chewing like these caramels. They were pulling out my gold inlays. I still had gold inlays and a whole bunch of like back teeth, and from Germany a long time ago. And the caramels pulled out like at least 2 or 3 of those gold inlays. And then I thought, what am I gonna do? I don't want to go to the dentist, and I always had trouble with dentists. And then I started on the kelp seaweed, and guess what happened? The kelp seaweed made my teeth sparkling white, and so there was no more like periodontosis or any of this. There was no more cavities. These hollow teeth that had the gold inlay in it, they basically there was just a facade standing here. They filled back in with its own enamel. Can you believe it? Now that's how powerful kelp seaweed is. A physician or a dentist will not tell you about this. You know why? Because if you fix your own teeth like that, how can they make money, right? So the human species has corporatized itself into an idiotic type of like a corporate conglomerate machine, like a cascade machine where everyone has their price, as Rockefeller said, where everything is just about quick profit, not about long-term gain and lifestyle benefits. So that's not on the list of most people. But once in a while there's an angel soul like Dr. Andrew Jones. Guess what happened to him? He's in Canada. The other veterinarians ganged up against him, and they even managed to withdraw his license. Can you believe it? Because he was helping, like the word got around, people all flocked to him because he was actually helping their dogs and cats heal. Okay. And so that made the other veterinarians mad. Then they lost customers. They ganged up on him, and they withdrew his license. So now he ended up just writing and making videos in order to help, because that's his mission. His whole mission is to help animals. He's doing that for the right reasons, unlike most other people that are in the healthcare industry, and it is an industry. That's why I use that word. So healthcare shouldn't even be called industry. It should be called healthcare providers that want to help make the world better, that want to help heal, okay, and that are there to be your friend, so to heal and to fix things in a holistic way, in a wholesome way, in a natural way, so that we can heal ourselves. Okay, so it's very, very important. All of this information is very important. Yes. So it's getting a little bit warm in here now. Yes, I know it's getting warm. So yeah, it's very important. That's very important information, all of this. So yeah, I am against shock collars, so you have to have a chest harness. So back to the story with the elks. I had him on the chest harness. I had a good grip on the leash, and as soon as the elk started to jump from a standing position, jump with ease over a very high fence, he got excited. And that was when I heard him bark for the first time, with like a real hoarse, deep bark, like like that. And his muscular body flew up into the air, forward, and I already expected that, so I was already in some kind of like a sturdy type of my muscles already tense and holding the leash because I already expected him to do that. And so I had a good grip on him. I'm still making video. And he just flew up in the air on the chest harness, and I was able to restrain him away from the eggs. So, but he got excited when he saw the eggs. Oh my goodness, he had never seen eggs before in his entire life, I'm sure. You know, he's from Central California. They don't have eggs there. Those are very large animals, very peaceful, beautiful animals. They resemble camels a little bit, actually. Very cute. They have a mane, not like a horse, but shorter. But they have upper neck hair. It looks really cute. So that was very nice, nice experiences. So maybe tomorrow we're gonna go hiking again. Maybe we'll go back to the ocean or go to that other hiking trail. And it is also good for me to go hiking. And he pulls really, really hard. Oh my goodness. He's short, and I don't know what he weighs. He looks like he weighs 50 pounds or something like that. That's maybe 45, I don't know. So, but just pure muscles. He's also underweight, so right now he's gaining weight, but when we picked him up, he looked very skinny. But still, the muscles, like just all muscles. And can you imagine how muscular he's gonna get when he gains weight and when we go hiking more often and all of that for like hours, many hours of hiking, like 5-hour hikes and stuff like that. How many muscles he will gain. He will be like the Michelin tire man. And that will be really good for me too, for my belly and so my butt. And I even have quite a fat layer in my back as well. So all of this, I need to definitely do more exercising, and hiking is that's really the best way of exercising, because you're outside in nature, you see trees and beautiful plants and birds, and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful exercise. You breathe in oxygen. It feels really good. So okay, so I'm gonna end this video now. I just wanted to share with you what has been going on for the last couple of days. Okay, I am a dog mother again. Yes I am. Yes I am. Yes, look at that. Look at this beautiful view. Look at the look at that face. Oh my god. Look at that beautiful. Oh, I love you. His coat is so short, like velvet. Oh, baby, you gorgeous. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, you guys take care. Bye-bye.